come, or is he busy?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
He's actually never even seen it in home.
Oh, he's gonna need it, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
I got really nervous on the last call too. I've been trying to reach her back for like 2 weeks. Ever since she was one of the first people I got a hold of. She gave me all her information, and I wanted to confirm with her, and she wanted to get her husband's information too.
She's a sell. You're gonna make money off her, bro. You just need to keep her on the phone.
Yeah.
So, knock, knock, you're walking in, right? Building a little bit of rapport, not being a salesman at all, though. Okay, so it's not, how's your house, or beautiful house you have, it's, oh, did you guys just move in? Because all the questions you're asking are gonna be, vital pieces of information you're gonna use later, right? Because you're loading your gun with ammo, you're gonna shoot them at the end. So, you walk in, how long have you guys been here? Is this your first home? They're gonna say, Brady, this is your first home, okay? It's a $250,000 home you still owe on. You're your age, and let's just do your home right now. Let's do exactly what you have, okay? But just be real with it. So you walk in, Bree, is this your first home?
No.
No, this is your second home?
Second home.
Okay, how familiar are you with how mortgage protection works?
Very unfamiliar.
Okay. So I'll just get in the meats and bones of it then. Did you not have it on your last home?
I did not.
Okay. So this is my state, I'm doing that to make it weird, right? Like, you didn't have that? This is my state license, just required to show you that to start with. Not required to show you my state ID, but I will anyway, since I'm sitting in your home. I have long hair in my photo, so I always say, I promise it's not an evil twin, it's me, I just cut off the locks. You always laugh. And then you go into, okay, so we'll get in the meats and bones of it. There's 3 really important coverages you need when you purchase a home, refinance, or pull out a line of credit. 2 of those coverages are gonna protect your bank, 1's gonna protect you. The 2 that protect your bank are homeowners insurance and PMI. Now, Bree, you're aware of what homeowners insurance is, right?
Yeah.
Protect the structure of your home. Bank makes you get that to protect, like I said, the structure. Do you know what PMI is?
Yes.
Private mortgage insurance. Sounds fancy. It's just a fee the bank makes you pay for not being rich, right? They want you to put 20% down on your home. If you're not able to, they slide that fee in there to protect them in case you stop paying on your loan, right? Best way I can describe that is if you were paying for my auto insurance. So if I get in a crash, I'm gonna be all right. But if you get in a crash, you're screwed, right? So once you receive 20% loan to value on your loan, you can then refinance and get that taken off. Bank doesn't really go much over it when you're sitting down at the table because they don't really want you to know about it, right? They just want to slide it in there and just forget about it. So the third one is mortgage protection. This one's gonna be most important to you, least important to the bank because it doesn't protect them, right? Go figure. So prior to 2008 and the housing crisis, it actually used to be implemented inside your monthly bill. But since then, when people lost their homes, as you know, in the recession, they also lost their mortgage protection with it. So now they have to outsource for it, and that's why someone like me, an underwriter through the state of Ohio, brokers through every single company the state provides, so I can find you the best coverage for what your health is. So a lot of my clients are unique, some are different. Some have diabetes, some have cancer. We just go with different carriers for each one because they come with different benefits, right? Now the good news is, Bree, they're all state regulated. So it's all dependent on your age and your gender. It's like going from gas pump to gas pump. Only changes a couple dollars, if not cents, between each carrier. So what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna ask you about 2 to 3 minutes of some health questions, see what you do and don't qualify for. From there, I'm gonna ask you a couple budgeting questions because I really don't wanna get to the end of this, Bree, and show you some options completely out of your price range, even on a good month, right? Not trying to waste your time here, not gonna take a minute more than I need. From there, I'll be able to go over the coverage a little bit more in depth on how it works, answer any of your questions, and then show you some options. Sound fair? Okay. Now with that all being said, I do have a lot of appointments to run today. And to be honest with you, we are shorthanded on staff. Of course, I'm here to help and serve you in any way I can today. But just being upfront with you, Bree, the only thing I do not do today is I gotta think about it. Because simply, Bree, we're not splitting molecules here. It's just insurance for when you die or get disabled. It's gonna pay your home off. So it's just a yes or a no for me today. Either one's fine by me. I'm getting paid the same either way. I just need to make sure you see your best options today, okay? And then we'll go into the financial inventory. So Bree, how many years young are you?
26.
26, are you a smoker?
No.
Okay. And what do we owe in the home?
450.
450. Okay. Is that a 30-year?
Yes.
And your monthly payment?
3,300.
33. Is it only you paying on the mortgage here?
Yes.
And what's the house valued at?
725,000.
Okay. Wow. So you came in with a good amount of equity. Are you paying PMI on this home?
No, I don't know.
Okay. How much did you put down?
158,000.
150,000. Okay. So that tells me you're not paying PMI. Are you paying any extra to pay it off early?
No.
Okay. And what's your occupation, Bree?
Accountant.
Accountant. You work around here?
Yes.
Very nice. And medication-wise, not really specific on what we're taking, but what are we taking those medications for?
Nothing.
Nothing?
NA.
Okay, Bree, you can lie to me all you want, but they're going to find out eventually.
I don't take any medication.
Okay, I'm just messing around with you. Any surgeries?
Nope.
Okay. So you're a pretty relatively healthy individual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Usually if they're older, I'll be like, okay. If they tell me that, I'll be like, okay. Let me know if any of these medical conditions apply. Heart attack, stroke, TIA, cancer, stents, diabetes, neuropathy, HPV, lupus, asthma, COPD, thyroid, anxiety, depression, kidney or liver disease.
No.
You have ever been to jail?
No.
Any DUIs?
No.
Okay. So that's the America pre-screen right there. That's all the questions in their pre-screen. If they said no to all of those, then you're good to go with America. If they said yes to any of those, then America might be off the table, right? That's where your upline's going to come in. Cross that. All right, Bree. So from the accountant position, what are we bringing in on a weekly, bi-weekly basis? After Uncle Sam takes his cut, obviously.
$4,000.
$4,000 weekly, bi-weekly?
Bi-weekly.
Okay. So about $8,000 monthly?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, give me what you really make, Bree. Give me what you really make. 15?
Like 4,000 a month.
4,000 a month?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's pretty tight.
Yeah.
Okay. And you say that. Like if you see it's tight, you say that. It's pretty tight. Okay. And what do we have to offset the mortgage when you die?
Nothing.
Or let's say, not when you're dead, but let's say what do we have to offset it so you're not able to go back into work?
Nothing.
Do you have a savings? You
Yeah.
give it to them, you have a savings. Okay, what do we have in our savings built up?
$50,000.
50,000. Give me your real savings, Bree.
Yeah, 50,000.
Okay, let's just say in this case, because most 20-year-olds don't have that, let's just say 20.
Okay.
All right, 20,000. Okay, so we got about, and then beneficiary-wise, who's going to be taking over the property when you pass?
3 daughters.
3 daughters. Okay. How old are they?
7, 3, 1.
7, 3, and 1. Wow, you got a lot on your hands. So, do we have any life insurance acting outside of work right now? Say no. I know you do.
Yeah, no.
Okay. No life insurance outside of work?
No.
Okay. Do we have short-term, long-term disability through work?
No.
No? Okay. And you give her that, like, no? Like, holy shit. Like, you know, you tell them, like, damn, you're going to be screwed. Without saying that, right? Like, you want them to come with that conclusion. You can't tell them that. Okay. So, what do we have to offset the mortgage? Say, we're not able to go back into work. We're not dead, but we're not able to go back into work.
Nothing.
Okay, so besides the 20 grand, so we got about 3 to 4 months of savings, emergency funds. Okay. And then what happens after that?
Sell the house.
You will sell a house, you're gonna downsize?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So kind of see why you're looking at this today, right? So you don't have to find yourself in that position.
Yeah.
Let me run you a couple options, and then we'll get together. I'll explain how it works a little bit more, okay? You go ahead, run some options. So option 1 is going to look like this, 450. Option 2 is going to be 3/4 of the home, because you show the full amount, 225. You show 112. You show the quarter amount, because that's the one I want her to pick at the end of the day. And then you show her the half the amount, 222. Okay, and let's just say this one is gonna be, this is how I write it out too in the home. Critical, chronicle, death, terminal, accidental right underneath. And if I'm over Zoom, I'll send them a picture of it. Say this is 120, this is 80, and this is 50. Okay, slide all those over, change the accidental for each one. Say this is like 100 and then fucking 50, whatever it is. CBO is always, the face amount is half for accidental, always. That's just built in there. And then I write full, half. This is all, everything I'm writing here is for a reason, you'll find out. Full, half, and then I do income plus half mortgage. Okay. And then right here, I'll put like off to the side, say this is 30, 15, and 45K at the end of the 30 years when she'll get her money back. And I'll put like CBO right here. All right. So then I do my quotes, I flip it over, don't let her see the prices or anything. And I go to the back. I go, okay, Brie. We all know how life insurance works, right? If you die, the kids are gonna get paid out. Mortgage protection is actually pretty different. It's under the umbrella of life insurance because it pays out when you're dead, right? But a lot of people get mortgage protection, not for when they're dead, but for when they're living and financially they wish they were dead. Right? Do you know what I mean by that? What do I mean by that?
So that you're or wait, I don't know.
See, a lot of people think they're following you,
Yeah.
but then you ask that question and like they're spaced out.
They get stuck.
Get their attention back, right? Bring them back in. Okay, so what I mean by that is our second category of coverage. So not only are we covering you for death, but we're also covering you for critical illness. So this is going to be any major medical event like cancer, a heart attack, stroke, ALS, organ failure, brain aneurysms, right? Anything that's going to put you out of that job. Because what do we got, right? We talked about short-term and long-term and your life insurance through work. Has anyone walked you through on how that works? No? Okay, so short-term and long-term, typically around 50 to 60% of your monthly income. Okay, with that 50 to 40% we're losing more than the mortgage there, right? Now with short-term, it usually lasts from 0 to 90 days. After 90 days, long-term kicks in for about 6 to 8 months. Do you know what happens after long-term?
No.
Well, you get fired, right?
Yeah.
And like I pause and they'll be like, oh, because like duh, right? And then you also lose your life insurance through work because that's a group policy, probably paying around $3 to $6 for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's because it's owned by the company and it covers everyone. So if you leave, retire, quit, or get fired from the company, it stays with them. So it's great additional insurance. We like to look at it as the cherry on top of the pie. It's not the whole pie, but we just don't bet the whole farm on it, right? Because we never know what could happen. But you have health insurance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, with health insurance, they only discount your bill, as you know, and they're not actually giving you money.
Mm-hmm.
So that $80,000 surgery we just had, it's now $10,000. We got to find a way to come up with that, right? That's what this can be used for, right? So if you get chronically ill, And this isn't if you sprain your wrist or sprain your knee, right? This is serious disability for over 90 consecutive days.
Mm-hmm.
So this is if you can't do 2 of 5 daily living functions for over 90 days or more. If you can't feed yourself, dress yourself, bathe yourself, move around by yourself or urinate by yourself, right? Put your imagination to it. Anything that puts you in the category for disability for over 90 consecutive days, being prone to a wheelchair, then you're actually going to get paid out that $450,000 in a check tax-free in your name. So if you want to use that check to pay off your house, if you want to pay down your house, use the rest to supplement your income, you have that flexibility and freedom to use it for how you want to use it, okay? And I don't want you to get confused by that. This is not owned by the bank. The insurance carrier is not going to tell you how to spend it. No. You're going to get a check tax-free in your name. If you need to keep the lights running, food for the kids in the fridge, baby clothes, you can do that with this money. Point is, it's yours, okay? Last category of coverage is terminal illness. This one's really easy, Bree. This is if you go to the doctor, he comes into you, tells you have 18 months to a year less to live. In that case, you're going to have access to the money early, like you would these living benefits as well. Does that all make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Accidental is a part of this. It's built into this plan. So if you get an accident of any kind at all, that's a car wreck, plane crash, tree falling on you, falling down the stairs, or slipping and falling, right? Anything that's outside your bodily doing, they're actually going to pay you an extra $225,000 on top of the initial $450,000, making this total of $675,000 if you were to die in an accident. Does that all make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any questions about this coverage?
No.
Okay. Now, 2 more things about this coverage. 1, this is a 30-year plan, right? We're trying to get you to age 56, right? Without any of these things happening to you. Because if they don't, you're actually going to get a full refund for all the premiums you put into it. Cashback offer 100 stands, or CBO 100 stands for cashback offer 100%. So every premium you put into this, you get back, acting as a savings account at the end of the 30 years. I say it like it's the best thing since sliced bread because it really is, right? Because there's only going to be 3 ways this is going to end for you. You're going to die, your kids are going to get a check, you're going to become ill or disabled to where you get a check, but we're hoping you get to age 56, and in that case, this will be free for you. You'll have a lump sum of money coming back to you for retirement.
Mm-hmm.
Does that all make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I do have one more question to ask you, Bree. It's a question I ask every client I sit with just to make sure we're fully prepared on what could happen, right? So what does it really look like, and this is me pulling out the why. What does it really look like? Let's say you're getting home late from work one day, right? Kids are at the babysitter's, you're driving home, boom, you get in a car wreck. You wake up in the hospital, kids are around you, doctor comes in and says, you're lucky one, Bree, you made it through this one, but you're certainly not going back to work anytime soon. Where does that put us financially speaking going forward?
With or without that?
Without this coverage.
Not good.
What is not
Won't
good?
be able to pay my bills.
Okay. And what are we doing with the house at that point?
Selling
How fast do you think we'd be needing to sell it?
it ASAP,
What's ASAP mean?
right away.
Okay. So that's what this is going to protect you for. So you don't have to find yourself in that situation. So if anything happens, you know that you and your daughters are going to have your home and a roof over your head. So I wrote you a couple options here. I make it deep like that too, bro. Like super deep. I wrote you a couple options here. I wrote you the full amount for $450, covering you for all the benefits here. I wrote you half of your home plus a year's worth of your income. Okay, because in that case scenario, you could then put half of it on your mortgage, refinance, get your payment cut in half, and then you also have a year's worth of your income supplemented so you can figure out what you need to do in that year. I also wrote half the amount. Okay, so this one's going to be $120 a month. You're going to get back $45K at the end of the 30. This one's 80, 30, and 50, getting back 15.
Which option?
Yeah, budgeting and protection standpoint. Well, at that point, they're not looking at me anymore. I'm just sliding them the paper and they're looking straight at the paper.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say shit, dude. Nothing else from that point. You don't say nothing. And you just wait and wait.
I'll go with the full.
The full?
Yes.
And you think that's going to be affordable every month?
Yes.
Okay. Even though we only have about $700 left over?
Okay, you want me to go for option 2?
Whatever one you think fits in your budget the best, because here's the thing, Bree. I don't want this just to last for the next 8 months, but we need it to last for the next 30 years. Now, of course, your life's going to change in that time to where we're going to meet again next year to do our annual review, and we can adjust anything at that time. So if we have to start with the lower amount, we'll start there, and then that annual review, we can then increase it. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I talked her down from what she wanted because I knew she won't sustain that. Sometimes you build so much emotion into it, they want the full one. But it's like, I know you can't afford that. You just want it because I just built so much into it. Bring it back down to a logical sense, right? And that happens a lot. So like, and it does suck because you want that commission check, right?
But you don't want them to cancel.
But they're gonna cancel it, dude. Like they will.
Yeah.
So talk them down, and they're also gonna be like, okay, this guy actually is, he's on my team.
He's helping out.
Right. So now next time when the next agent comes in, and say like you give the whole spiel at the end, then agent comes by, don't answer it, don't let him in, tell him you got the coverage to me. When even if an agent gets past all those walls and they get down to this pricing table and they're like, wow, like they show them something better than I showed them, they're gonna be like, wow, looks great, but I gotta call my agent David, make sure it's the best option. You guys will get that in the home, I promise you, and it sucks because you can't get past it. They're stuck on it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that's who I'm trying to be for them.
Mm-hmm.
So you picked that option. All right, Bree. Just to get started, just need your ID. Keep wiggling your hand like this. Just need your ID. Whatever routing and account number you want to associate this with. Every month, if you do get approved, mind you, I can't just approve you for anything. I'm just an underwriter. Put in the application, and a bottle of water if you can. And that breaks the ice. They're like, oh, you need a bottle? Of course. And they'll go get the bottle of water and their checkbook and their ID. And then you're sitting at the table. And that's when you start bullshit and making the small talk. And then they'll be like, okay, wait, so when's this coming out of my bank account? And you say, okay, you're not going to get approved today. Slow down. It's going to be about 2 to 5 days. Okay. Good indicator that you do get approved is if that $50 comes out of your bank account by America. And then a week from then, your policy will be in the mail. Okay. Okay. And then I give them a folder, a red folder, because $2.8 billion goes in unpaid claims each year. And then I give them this I am your policy with an attention, please read if someone contacts you. And I fill out their policy stuff and information. And then I tell them, listen, as much as I enjoyed our meeting today, I just got to warn you not to call into those mortgage protection mailers anymore. Because we did get it dealt with. And if someone does call you from them, just tell them you got taken care of with David Starr. Because if you do set an appointment, they might send me back out here again. And then, or you could say something like, if you like my services and stuff, then like you didn't just buy the policy, but you bought me with it. Mm-hmm. So if you have any questions or concerns, give me a call any time of the day.
You're gonna be there for life.
Yeah, exactly. But that's how you do it, bro.
I learned so much.
That was really good.
Yeah, and once you guys kind of like do more appointments and stuff,